Okay, well, happy April, everyone, and happy spring. If this is your time of the year on this side of the world, it's been super hot and wonderful. Yay! So, with that being said, I'm sorry I missed last month. I have been pretty busy, and also, it's okay to like break from any pattern, whether it's a good one or a bad one. It's all a matter of perspective. But I've always been one to follow my rhythm. I think we all have natural rhythms. That's why, like, you hear like some people are day people and some people are night people, and you know, um, maybe one frowns on the other, but really there's no wrong way to do this, guys. There's no real instructions because I think, and I say real instructions because I understand that there are religious texts and so on, and I'm not interested in that debate at the moment or at ever because it's like when we are defending our stance, in regard to our belief, um, it's kind of equivalent to, you know, defending bad policy is kind of how I put it on my one of my little posts. But so anyway, we all have our own rhythm, and I think it's important to honor that, whether um, you have deadlines to meet or set things for yourself, such as myself. I don't have any real demands when it comes to doing this energy work, but I like to do things according to me, and I saw fit to do this once a month, but I'm allowed to just kind of alter that at any given time, and so are you. You're not just stuck in one mode, and that's the thing that we forget sometimes is that we have choices. And speaking of which, I just want to share with you one thing about, you know, this big word that comes out everywhere in the spiritual community, and that is empath and empathic. Um, I think that a lot of us in the industry, we tend to lead with that and we use that as a crutch to not do something or doing something. Like it's just a catch-all for how we're feeling, how we're perceiving things, and so on. And you'll one thing is I don't call myself an empathic. In my description of myself and my services, I say empathetic. Okay, and there is a distinct difference between empathic and empathetic. Empathetic is where you could empathize and sympathize with another person, but you do not absorb it and you don't take it on. I feel like, I definitely have a lot of passion and compassion for people, and I could feel that, but I don't allow it to consume me. And that is a very important part of practicing control uh, in regards to our abilities. It may very well be, I do have that as well, where I can very much feel what others are feeling and so on. But what I do is I have a switch, and so I'd like to share that with you, and maybe that will help you. Um, I call it having your light on, and when I have my light on, it's like it's my, think of it as like the bat symbol or something, right? It's my way of telling spirit that I am ready to receive thoughts, feelings, images, sounds, etc. When I was a young girl, I was terrified of things that came to me, things that would bump in the night. I didn't know as a little child what that was all about. It was really scary for me. Um, but as I grew and I realized what this was, I set boundaries, which, we talk about it with setting boundaries with people, but you absolutely have to set boundaries with spirit as well, in addition to um, even the energy that we utilize, you know. So, like if I do a live or if I do something like this, I turn my light on. And that's why sometimes I go, oh, I get overwhelmed, but I'm giving spirit and everything permission because I am prepared to, relay messages or interpret interpret messages. There goes that New York accent, right? Interpret down at Toity Toy Street on Boykin, Anyway, um, it's really important if you are empathic, if you're taking that title, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing, don't get me wrong there, but you should have boundaries. You should want to control that because if you're not controlling it, it's controlling you. Yeah. So simple thing is you can picture like a light switch, like one on your wall. And when you are working, or wanting to channel or wanting to give someone a reading or a healing, turn the switch on. It's in your mind's eye. Yeah. Just in your mind's eye, turn it on. And like me, I stand there like a lighthouse. Yeah. And I have my little light on and it goes woo, 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 and it's ready, picking up the signals and it's got its light on. And spirit can see it and say, okay. And it's almost you can do your visuals any way you like, but it's just about creating those boundaries and spirit will listen to you. Spirit will absolutely listen to you if you set clear boundaries. And it's the same way with people. We teach people how to treat us, you know? So teach spirit how to treat you, how to approach you. They will not retaliate. They won't, you can do this and really go ahead and look around and see what resonates with you in terms of creating boundaries spiritually. It doesn't have to just come from me, but I see an awful lot of people who are completely identifying with being empathic, um, and perhaps not realizing that they have the power, the control, in order to really be efficient and not harm your life. You don't want your light on 24/7. It's like keeping your door open at your house 24/7. It's the same thing. They're going to come in at all hours of the night and day, and it's not going to be fun, which is what I've heard from a lot of beautiful empaths. So that's what I wanted to share, my friends. I thank you so much, as always, for listening and for subscribing and liking my stuff. And, I really appreciate you. I dig you guys so much. My heart family, I appreciate you. And I hope you're enjoying yourself. And if not, it's not too late. Go enjoy yourself. Go do something for you and you alone. And shut that light off when you're ready. Okay? Bye.